the Right Honourable Leader of the Opposition, members of the Shadow Cabinet, Right Honourable MPs, Excellencies, and colleagues from the Diplomatic Corps, the Dean of our Diplomatic Corps, I'm so grateful for the representative of the various UK civil society, human rights organizations. I see Amnesty. You know what, I'm going to many of you, and leaders of the Palestinian community, ladies and gentlemen, my friends. I'm really pleased to be speaking to you today during these very turbulent times. And I am happy too that we are joined by Sir Keir and members of the Shadow Cabinet and many MPs and friends, dignitaries in this packed room, a testament of the strength and depth of the friendship and solidarity with Palestine in the UK Parliament. So thank you all for honouring us and coming today. But first, allow me to extend my heartfelt gratitude to you, Julie Elliott, to Andy Slaughter, to all the members of the Friends of Palestine in the Middle East, to your great team for organizing this very timely and hugely important event, especially in these extraordinary days and moments. This meeting is very timely indeed. I would argue overdue, but we can blame the corona as we always do. With the state of the world as it is good opportunity to remind us that the Labour Party is also about global solidarity and the struggle for justice and equality worldwide. It is about international norms and laws and a global commitment to human rights. The Palestine National Liberation Movement, Fatah, and the Labour enjoys a sister party relationship for many decades. Together we have launched several programs internationally and work together around the globe, and not just in Palestine, together with Labour. 8 years ago, exactly like yesterday, on the 28th of March 2014, we launched, together with Labour, the Global Progressive Alliance. In Amman, we have the Ambassador of Jordan with us here, with the one core objective, which is the global solidarity and the promotion of social democratic values. We have shared values, Sir Keir, and all my friends. We have shared values, whether in terms of our joint commitment to freedom, equality, fairness, social justice, or our mutual understanding of the primacy of international law and resolution to determine and order international relations. Successive Labour leaders have repeatedly demonstrated their commitment to Palestinian rights and to Palestinian freedom. We look with great hope and inspiration to Sir Keir to move this process on. Global justice movement could not hope for a better Labour leader. Sir Keir has a background in human rights law and has a proven record of advocating for equal rights and equality before the law right across the board, here and overseas. Indeed, Sir Keir himself has been clear that the UK can and should promote peace and justice around the world with a human rights-based foreign policy. We cannot agree more. I know the Honourable Leader of the Opposition has in the past taken a personal interest in the treatment of Palestinian children in Israeli detention. Alas, the situation, my friends, has not improved. Today, 160 Palestinian children languish in Israeli detention. Just last week, yet another Palestinian child was killed in Nablus by Israeli troops. Nader Rayan was 16 and on his way to meet his brother in a nearby cafe. Last 3 months, 4 Palestinian children have so far been killed by Israeli troops. As for last year, 86 Palestinian children were killed, or just over 7 children every month. This, my friends, is the reality we live as Palestinians. This is a reality we have lived for 74 years. I cannot believe anyone thinks this is acceptable. We are therefore pleased to see that the Labour Party continues to support the immediate recognition of the State of Palestine. Statehood, Palestinian statehood, placing the party, if not the UK, in line with some 2/3 of the world's countries. The key here, of course, is immediate. Because we also hear from the UK government that we will recognize in due course. We strongly believe that the more countries recognize the State of Palestine, the closer we will be to a peaceful two-state outcome. It is not an outcome of a final agreement, it is the entry point to negotiations. It is leveling the field. We also, my friends, look forward to a clear reaction from the UK government on the very important recent report from the UK's own Amnesty Rights Group. And I'm so pleased to see representatives from Amnesty International here with us. And today I raised this very issue with the Foreign Office. 74 years after the Palestinians were dispossessed of and expelled from our land, and 55 years since Israel occupied the rest of historic Palestine, it should come as a surprise to no one, my friends, that Israel's legal system is deeply biased against the land's native population. It is in fact, as attested by Amnesty, by the Human Rights Watch, the US-based, by B'Tselem, the Israeli human rights, by countless Palestinian human rights groups, and most recently by the United Nations, a system of racial domination, which is very well defined in the UN system as apartheid. We look forward to the opposition pressing government here and the government ministers for their response to the Amnesty report and on what actions the UK will take as a result, in view of this consensus, absolute consensus, of the human rights sector over the status of apartheid being practiced in the occupied territories and in the historic land of Palestine. And we need action, my friend, and I will try to conclude here. Israel's settlements, land grab that the Right Honorable Leader of the Opposition touched upon, is continuing apace. It is the single greatest obstacle to the desired two-state outcome espoused by the United Kingdom and espoused by the world. It should be clear that Israel, my friends, does not build these settlements and move people onto them with promises of tax breaks and subsidies because it intends to vacate these settlements in future. These, my friends, these are annexation in all but name. These are annexations in all but name. They are illegal. They are in fact war crimes. They should be treated as such. It is time that the UK government pursued effective policies, and we are engaging the UK ministers, the officials at the Foreign Office, almost on a daily basis. Together today with our fellow Arab ambassadors, we met senior officials. We always raise these issues. This is high time for action. This is high time for tangible policies. These actions are very well defined in international responsibilities and legalities. Number one, ban all these products, these illegal products produced in these illegal settlements, colonial settlements. Ban them from entering the UK markets. Sanction the companies who work in or benefit from them. These are neither hard, my friends, to justify. These are neither hard to justify under international law, nor they are particularly complicated to reach. This is not just common sense and common decency. This is implementing the law. Implementing the law. And this is not just about Palestine, my friends. This isn't just about Palestine. This is about the entire globe. This is about the global order. This is about all of us. Today we are witnessing the full array of tools short of direct military engagement applied by the international community in response to the Russia-Ukraine conflict. In 74 years, we have not witnessed any similar effort to end the grave injustice and illegalities in Palestine. I repeat, 74 years. Without question, we would not be where we are today had the law been applied equally with no favors and no exceptions. The broader message is this, my friends. International law must not merely be a tool wielded at the convenience of the powerful for the benefit of their friends. That's not international. Because that is the example the world has set in Palestine, where the international community has failed to honor its own rules and resolutions and is guilty of gross and staggering double standards. There is rage, I have to say, there is rage in Palestine among the Palestinian public. Of course, they want to see the full force of application of international law, but the selectivity of that is really causing outrage. It is time, therefore, my friends, for the world's approach to Israel to change. I believe a Labour Party guided by the principles of human rights and human rights law makes an important contribution in this regard and be the vanguard of renewed and effective efforts to resolve the Palestine issue and bring about genuine and real peace in the Middle East. This has to start with equality before the law approach. The approach has to be we are all equal before the law. That way alone lies hope, my friends. When we are all treated equally before the law. That way lies hope for progress towards a peaceful resolution of the Palestine issue and an end to the suffering of the Palestinian people. Left languishing in refugee camps in stateless limbo and in the agony of military occupation for 3/4 of a century. Enough, my friends. It is in times of crisis like this we get the measure of people, of individuals, and as well of nations. We get the measure of ourselves. It is these moments. What are our values? Where and when do we take a stand? Do we really mean what we say? There is a whole plethora of international measures that can be applied and that will increase the pressure to end the expansionism and the subjugation. Maybe then it will finally, that is Israel, come to terms with the legitimate rights of the Palestinian people to freedom, self-determination, and equal rights. Maybe then Israel will respect international legality and resolutions. Let us never stop believing, my friends, that peace in the Middle East is possible. Peace in the Middle East is possible. This isn't a zero-sum game. There is a win-win. And let us believe also, my friends, that a fairer, better world is possible for ourselves and our children. The most important thing is that we protect our values and we apply our values equally. Thank you very much.